Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Thursday, June 14, 2012. There's quite a bit to cover, so let's jump right into the charts here. I'm going to start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. They're trading higher by just 1/4 of a point to 1309 per contract. Again, just a little small move, but you can see how turbulent the market has been. Up as high as 1313 and as low as 1307. Now coming off the lows. So again, be prepared for another volatile and choppy session. Yesterday the markets finished lower for the most part, and reversing the day before's reversal day. So it's just an up and down yo-yo type market. Very, very volatile. A lot of news coming out of Europe almost each and every day, so you got to watch for that. It looks like Spanish bond yields hit the 7% level today after Moody's cut the debt rating in Spain. So we have to watch that very, very closely. There could be more of this to follow. Also, Italian bonds also started to spike after an auction, so we have to watch that as well. I think the 3-year bond yield jumped up to 5.3%. It just doesn't even make a difference what it is. The news is just terrible after every auction, whether it's in Spain or Italy. You also have the Greek vote coming up this weekend. Again, believe it or not, the Greek market is they're having these little votes over there, closed votes right now. So the Greek market is up and down and soaring at one point, and it's just a lot of noise for what's going on. Watch the U.S. dollar index closely. If the dollar starts to pull back, you could watch for the markets to get a bid and vice versa. Right now, it looks like there's just a lot of problems out there. We'll see how the market resolves itself, especially going into the weekend. You just never know what can happen. Now, last night in Asia, very, very important to talk about this quickly. You did have the Indian Sensex down about 1.2%. It looks like inflation came in much higher than expected. So that really puts a cramp on the Fed trying to do a QE3, in my opinion. I don't think they'll be able to do it right now. The inflation would just hit India, China, the Middle East. It would just be too much for them to handle, too much to bear. And right now it's a global economy, so any moves that the central banks do with the world's reserve currency will affect the rest of the world. So that's something you should take note of, because India is facing very, very high inflation right now. And I don't even know how they quickly can fix it. They can't lower rates anymore, so their hands are tied over there. And the same goes for China. Last night the Shanghai index was down about 1%. The Nikkei was actually the best performer, just down 0.2%. But either way you look at it, slice it or dice it, problems abroad, and that's all we really need to focus on at the moment. So we'll watch these markets very, very closely. Now let's take a look at gold and oil. Gold is trading higher by 2 points today. Take a look at the GLD this morning. GLD is trading up at 157.36. Yesterday it closed at 157.12. So you can see those $2 gain in the spot price reflective in the GLD this morning. Again, watch the dollar. If the dollar gets a bid, GLD is susceptible to pulling back. But right now, gold is catching a little bit of a bid, especially as money continues to pour out of the European Union, especially out of Greece at the moment. So money will go into either gold or it goes into the dollar, and that's keeping gold a little bit more steady these days. Oil is flat this morning. Still, spot price is around $82.61. That's pretty much where it closed yesterday. Let's take a look at the USO this morning. USO is trading right at 31.13, closed at 31.10. So basically a flat mark for the USO, and spot crude is also flat, at least light sweet crude is. So again, we're not going to make too much out of it, but the action in the dollar will move crude. If the dollar starts to soar higher, and I'm not sure it does that today, but if it did, watch for a pullback in crude oil. All right, let's take a look at a few stocks out there this morning. One is Nokia. Nokia is laying off 10,000 people. Stock is trading down, I guess about 6-7% at the moment. It's now a $2.50 stock. I don't think there's a lot to do here. I just leave it alone. Stock looks broken as broken can be. It's in a confirmed downtrend. I'm sure there'll be a dead cat bounce in there somewhere. I'm just not good enough to spot it. leave this thing alone. I just don't see anything good for Nokia. They could lay off all the employees, and I don't think the stock would really catch much of a bid. So in any case, Nokia is down sharply today, down another 25 cents, and I'm just not seeing a lot of upside for the stock. But you never know; it could be due for a little bit of a dead cat bounce at some point. But that's all it would be. Let's take a look at this IGT. They're doing a stock buyback. Stock is getting a good little bid. International Game Technology. Looks like they're doing $1 billion share buyback. Stock closed at $13.22. It's up around $14 at the moment. Good little pop. It has to get really through this $14.20 level on a close, and then it could have some upside, maybe up towards the $15 area. I just don't see all that much on it today, especially if the markets are weak. Everything would be a little bit vulnerable, but this is a strong gap up, so you still want to respect it. And if you own this stock, you just trail your stop loss if you own it down here. If you don't own it, I don't know if there's a lot to do with it right now. The fade level on this thing would be around $15.35, so it's much, much higher to go. And I just don't even see it getting there today, but hey, you never know. Let's take a look at this ticker symbol SFD, Smithfield Foods. Stock is trading down to $18.65. There's no volume on this though, but if this goes lower, watch for around the $17.50 level for some support. I don't really think there's a lot here before that area. I think you got to look at $17.40, $17.50. That's going to be your support area for Smithfield Foods. You could see a small bounce in that area, but nothing before that at the moment. Looks like Best Buy was upgraded by Citibank. Still amazes me how Citibank can upgrade some stocks. Best Buy is trading at $19.61. There is absolutely no interest in this. I wouldn't do anything with it. I'm not saying it can't rally higher if the market rallies higher. The stock got to $21.75, maybe $22. I think it'd be a stone cold short. But either way, it is getting a little bit of a 20-cent lift, 10-cent lift. I think it's more of an options expiration game that the institutions are playing at the moment, but I don't really see anything good for Best Buy at the moment. Let's take a look at Regions Financial. This one is catching a little bit of a bid, closed at $6.19, trading up around the $13.35 level. A ton of support, $16.65. So this stock will have a ton of support, $16.65. By some chance, some prayer, it gets through there. You're going to look at $7, but right now $16.65 is the first, and I think it's a good resistance level at the moment on this one. Let's take a look at this AEGR. I'm not sure what this one is. I think this is a pharmaceutical. Yep, this is. Okay, this stock is catching a pretty sharp decline today. I'm not sure about the news, but if this is down this much at $14.74, this thing can go all the way down to $13. That's where you look for a bounce around $13. There'll be a little bit more support at $12.50, and after that, a little bit more support around $11.75. Each of those levels could give you some quick scalps, but right now you got to look at the $13 level, maybe even a pierce of 13 by about 5 cents or so. But this is a pretty good little sell-off here. I'm not sure of the news there, but either way, it looks like a pretty strong gap down. So do not rule out that 13 level getting tested today. Okay, that's pretty much all I have on the docket here. We'll leave it at that. There's a few other things moving around, but nothing major. We're not into earnings season, so we're not seeing that many big gap ups or gap downs at the moment. The market's kind of quiet, waiting on all the news coming out of Europe, and we'll just see how it shakes out and plays out. Right now, futures are trading lower by about 2 points, and we'll see how they trade. Watch the dollar closely, especially after the opening bell rings at 9:30. With that said, everybody have a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts tomorrow morning.